Yo, yo, yo.
Good evening. Hopefully we are in the right room right now. No one's being abandoned on the channel. Just waiting for this chat to come up. Throw the overlay on. You throw your overlay on when you do your lives in the daytime, right?
Do I turn my overlay off?
Yeah, do you have it on like this so you can see the comments on the right?
Yes. In the daytime, I'm not using Restream. I'm using Streamlabs. So
Streamlabs.
When I do the evening chats like this, where we want to see questions and people to see them later on replay, I do turn them on in the side like that. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We're already getting political.
What's going on, everybody? Happy
Good evening,
Wednesday.
guys.
Happy. I say that tentatively.
With the S&P plunge. Were you surprised?
The S&P? No, I was not surprised. I bought puts on the S&P when the market closed up. I've got about an hour to spend with you tonight, Massalorian, or Scarlett's going to have my hide because I've been working since 6 this morning.
Understood.
When I woke up and saw crypto and Luna, I jumped up, got on the Discord, warned everybody on a bunch of different crypto stuff, and then got busy making some videos. I had some Denaro business to do. I had the cable guy, Jesus, back over. Hi, hey, Zeus. He's now a subscriber to the channel.
Nice.
And so if I don't wrap up by like 10 o'clock Central tonight, I'll probably be in the doghouse again. And who knows what that means? Manicure, pedicure, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's going to be money, right? Money out of your pocket.
But my trade yesterday when the market closed 3:57 Eastern, I bought puts on the SPY and I sold them 3:57 today for a profit. I bought when the market opened today, I bought puts on Coinbase and I held those overnight. And Coinbase went down a little bit more today. I think with what's going on with crypto, it may creep down a little more tomorrow. And I bought some AMC shares. So that was all the trading I really did today.
Yep. And nice moves. Nice moves.
I did some other crypto stuff that you and I talked about, but I don't know if we should talk about that on camera.
Well, yeah, we can wait for that. But I like the Coinbase move, especially with the news coming out. I know we talked about these puts last week, kind of a little bit. We discussed it. Did you expect? So you knew we were headed this way. I still think there's a little more pain ahead of us.
I've been telling them in the Discord that 350 is potentially where we're headed on the S&P. Now, obviously, I hope we don't get there, but I've been buying puts with a 370 strike in case there's a meltdown in one day. But I'm not holding them more than a day because you know how this market's been, right? One day we're down, the next day we race up. So I'm not that firm believer that we're definitely going to 350. Every day that goes by, it looks more and more likely, right? But if I'm making 50% on a day on a put, you know, I'm happy to close it out. I don't need to diamond hand it, hoping to get 400% because tomorrow could be green.
We're just not in that market. We're not in that market right now, especially on the short-term stuff, right? Make sure you're giving yourself enough time for things to play out. I thinking back for the last 4 months, seems like a lot of some of the bigger channels. Now, there's guys that I watch out there. I try to catch a couple of their videos every once in a while, right? I try to catch like Jeff once in a while, Wrench once in a while. I just try to keep up to see just what other people are talking about, like, you know, just so we can keep our finger on the pulse here. And it seems like a lot of them were expecting us to bounce faster. They thought, I think, that we were going to rebound out of this, at least not fall this much. Because I remember them keep saying that, you know, the market runs in cycles, which is true. But and I know Jeff has been an investor for a while. I think Nico has too. But I just think a lot of people underestimated what really a real bear market looks like, especially with all these factors that are surrounding the market right now. Besides just the Fed raising the hikes and the inflation, the million other things that are going on right now that are putting all this pressure. And someone's asking in the chat about Boss. We just found out that Boss was coming on. We just picked this up to come on, guys, like last minute. Me and Tony got mixed up with our texts. And so this is like last minute. We just wanted to come on in case anybody was freaking out, you know?
I wasn't able to come on live today because of all the crap I had going on with my other businesses, trying to make some money so I can have some more free liquidity to buy some stocks and crypto on these dips. But I did want to, I don't want anyone to think that I was avoiding being on live today. We're going to talk in the hour that I have here tonight and answer as many of your questions. I'm going to try and brain dump as much of my thoughts as I can in the next 60 minutes. And we're both here to answer your guys' questions. So whoever else is on, go watch them if you want to. Come back and watch this on replay. It doesn't, or go watch them on replay. It doesn't matter to us. We just wanted to, provide that, at least on my side, the seasoned and reasoned. I've been through so many of these bear markets. I was talking to some of the guys in the Discord today that, just started buying crypto in like 2020. I was in crypto in 2017, wrote it up in 2018, wrote it back down. And, I was telling them in the Discord, one of my biggest regrets was not continuing to buy crypto from 2018 to 2020 when it was down in the dumps. I'm not going to make that mistake again. Am I going to try and catch a falling knife right now? No. But whether crypto is down for a few weeks when it finally finds the bottom, like it was this past summer, or whether it's down for 2 years, I'm not going to stop doing continuous investing in crypto, even if it takes a couple of years to come back. Because look, a lot is different now than in 2018. There's so much big money and institutions involved in crypto. It's not going away. So whatever it goes down to, it's going to be painful. It's not going to be fun for anybody. But and same with stocks, right? Massalorian, you and I were talking about how many bear markets we've seen. I've seen them all. The first one I remember, the horrible one, was the .com bubble back in
2000.
Yeah, and they're never fun, guys. If you're not old enough to remember these, and I know there's a lot of YouTubers, they've only been investing in stocks for a year or a year and a half. Welcome to the suck.
Yeah.
It will eventually get better, but you're going to grow some balls, or you're going to grow some hair on those balls, learning how to stick it out through this.
Yes.
The worst thing 100%. You can do is go away.
Yeah. Right now, then they got you. Then they have won. They have beaten you, and they had you pegged from the start. If that's the position you're going to take now. Here's the thing. We know so many projects and things that are coming in the future. Like you just said, big institutions that are have big plans for Bitcoin and crypto for their portfolios, making it more available. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And just remember, guys, the media is working off clicks. They feed off that fear. The more intensified they can scare you, the sooner they'll be able to get you to click on their thing. They are working off those types of things. And another thing you got to think about is, who right now are they inviting on to these mainstream media interviews and having them sit down these Zoom calls? No one's going to come out right now and say, I'm bullish on crypto. I think it's a good price right now. Pick it up. When tomorrow we're going to see possibly more pain again. Like, it just, you guys know I have an issue with the mainstream media. I've covered this many times, but remember, guys, they are working off your emotions. So just keep that in the back of your mind. That's all.
I heard a guy on CNBC this morning that was refusing to say this was a bear market. He thinks it's just a correction. And so they're going to decide who they want to put on. And you can't let what you're reading on Reddit, Twitter, what you're seeing on Facebook, what you're seeing on TV, you got to take everything with a grain of salt, depending on what agenda they're trying to push. And I was telling the folks in the Discord today, if I had $1 for every bear post I saw on crypto in June of 2021, I
Right.
could be on a vacation in Hawaii right now. I still
Right.
fucking bought crypto. I went in heavy at 29,000, and a few weeks later I was sitting at
65.
65,000.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Fuck
I
those bears.
remember.
I mean, they're trying to short it down. It's the same old short bear psychology. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm right. That doesn't mean we're going to bounce tomorrow and go to 65,000, but you got to realize what they're doing.
Yep.
So don't catch a falling knife. I took nibbles all the way down, and the further it went, the more I bought. But if you're a long-term believer in crypto or a stock, and your due diligence is correct, then eventually, whether it's 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, it's going to be fine.
Tony, just real quick, are you possibly set to members only? Smith is saying.
Why am I set to members only?
Smith says, Tony, why are you set to members only? Is
On
it
my
possible?
chat?
Yeah, is that possible or no?
I do set mine to members. I set it to subscribers only. Let me see if I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. Hang on
That's
one
what I want to
second.
make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure you didn't click the wrong one.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yes, my bad. Sorry. Let me change it to subscribers. We were rushing to get this.
We were. This was really last minute. Good afternoon, Kiwi girl.
All right,
Good
it's
afternoon.
fixed. It's fixed. Sorry about that, guys. That was not intentional.
I wish it was afternoon. I could go take a siesta right now. Jay, good evening. Annie, good evening. I saw Kiwi girl, Steve, Luigi, King Joey, Rick James, Shirley, good evening. I saw Pam was in the chat. Who else was I saw? River Driver. I saw Lupe, Smith, Ryan. How's everybody doing tonight? This is just last minute, guys, just so you know. Richard, good evening. Jim, Carl, Diego. Okay, now everybody's coming on from Tony's channel. Here we go. I'm like, where's the chat? I'm like, usually this
Mea
thing's
culpa,
flying.
lo siento. I'm
There we
sorry.
go.
That was my bad. I was talking to Massalorian on the phone, trying to get all my setup at the same time, and I just wasn't paying attention.
I'm like, there's no purple people. I can't pull up any of Tony's people. I'm like, Tony's gonna think I'm just pulling up all my subscribers, not pushing this to the side. But I'm like, I don't see much purple here, T. I don't understand. I don't know what to tell you.
I just want to recap a couple things. Massalorian was talking a minute ago about he and I have been talking about this upcoming bear market for, gosh, 6-7 months, right?
Since we met, pretty much.
We both have small channels, and I definitely had a smaller channel in October, November when I started talking about it. But I want you guys to know, and Massalorian can speak for himself, but we both have been expecting this exact thing to happen for a long, long time. Since late last year. That's why I was saying get out of margin, get some cash saved on the side, be ready to buy on these dips. None of us know how long it's going to last. That I can't answer you. But don't be dismayed by this. This was totally predictable by the bad decisions that Congress and the administration and the Fed were making. Totally predictable, no matter what anybody in the government or the media said. And I'm not saying that as some YouTuber wearing a ball cap. I actually have a degree in economics, and Massalorian knows a thing or two himself. Totally, totally predictable. And I do not look at charts on AMC in a bear market because you cannot chart what the hell is going on right now. We are at the whim of the market and the big money, and they are trying to save their ass right now.
And put day trading right in that same category in this market right now. It's a very slippery slope unless you were really in touch with the market right now and you really can scour the internet to find catalysts or reasons that stocks will be moving in the right direction you want them to. It's very difficult right now to be able to pick those things out. You really got to dig for information because there's a lot of bullshit out there, a ton of it. Doc Zeno, good evening. Tully, good evening. Inkslinger, good evening. Guys, we know that Boss is on right now and Froggy Styles is on. We just said maybe you guys can watch us on a replay. If you want to go over to Boss's channel, of course, go ahead. We just figured we wanted to get something out there. If you can't watch it tonight, you can watch it tomorrow, or you could watch Boss tomorrow, whatever. We just figured we'd get it out there. We'd have something to put out to let you know, we're here with you guys. We're not going anywhere. I don't care if the price is 10 or 80 for GameStop. Doesn't matter to me. SPY goes through 400. I'm okay. I'm not going anywhere. Go ahead, T.
Put
Go
up
ahead. Sorry.
Inkslinger's comment. Executive orders on day one stopped our energy independence. That right there, and I don't talk politics, and I'm not going to cast any stones at a political party, but day one, when that administration came in office and we saw the stance of the government change on energy, I already knew we were fucked.
Yeah, because we had energy independence. We were actually exporting, right?
Yep. And you just pile that on top of Congress spending like it's not ever going to come home to roost. There was no way out of this. What we're in right now. It was preordained by several bad decisions. And now maybe they didn't have a whole lot of choice, or maybe they did. Let's not even get into that. But once we saw the decisions they were making, we knew this was coming.
Yes. I know me and Tony have brought it up in multiple videos, talked about how much money printing is going on. I know we've been saying it for months. The Fed. They've been artificially inflating this market since late 2019. And look, I know that me and Tony talked about this earlier, even about the executive order thing with Boss. Like I've said many times, we haven't been able to debunk that necessarily. So we're all hoping that this is going to be this unknown catalyst that we happen to stumble upon, right? But regardless,
Maybe it will be.
Yeah, maybe it will be, right? And I hope to God it is, because then we can stop talking about this and I can start filling my pockets with money. But until then, we just want to make sure we know that we're out there with you guys, and we haven't been able to keep a very tight schedule recently, but there's a lot going on. A lot of our portfolios are hurting right now. We're in the same boat as you guys. I'm out there trying to make an extra buck because I see how tight things are coming, and it's going to get tighter.
I want to say something for all the people that just hold AMC. I don't know, Massalorian, if I've talked to you about everything that you own or how broad your portfolio is, but for those who just own AMC and you're focused on this chart, only this chart, rest assured, and you can just step back and look at every other stock. Everything is getting hammered. And I want you guys to not go on YouTube channels and ask them why they're punishing AMC. This has zero to do with AMC.
That's right.
Were we overvalued a little bit at 70 or 50 bucks? Yeah, maybe so. But everything that's going on right now has zero to do with AMC. This is just institutional money running away from the market. This is not, is there some retail selling? Yeah, probably. But look at everything. Everything's going down 2, 5, 10, 15% a day. There's not that much retail money in the market. This is big institutions trying to save their ass.
When we were talking the other day, we were saying some of these stocks are down 70, 80, 85%. I mean, we're talking about prices haven't been seen in not decades, but you know what I mean. Prices we haven't seen in a long time on some of these amazing stocks. I mean, something like I'm trying to think of something off top of
Amazon.
my head.
I was happy to buy. I was happy to buy Amazon 10 days ago at $29.50, and it's at $2,100 today.
Yep.
Did anything fundamentally change at Amazon? Maybe, but not that kind of reduction. Come on. I'm just like salivating at these opportunities to buy some of these stocks right now. What's Tesla at? Tesla today closed at 734. I was dying for an opportunity to buy it at 800, and it kept on bouncing between 8 and 900. 734.
I know.
What a freaking deal. I mean, yes, Tesla's overvalued even at 734. No argument there, but it's going to come roaring back whenever it finds that beautiful firm bottom. Whenever it finds that beautiful firm bottom, it's going to bounce up and bounce up big. I don't know. I mean, could it go down to 600, 500? Sure. I'm not going to jump in and catch a falling knife, but when I see the market turn around, man, there's so many good deals right now on companies that people love. And they're just, everything's being unfairly hammered because people are freaking scared. And maybe we needed a little bit of capitulation.
Yeah,
from
I think
the big institutions.
Yeah. Yep. And I know me and Tony talked about this too, right? Everyone's portfolio is different, guys. Our portfolio looks different from yours. Probably in reality, I have a lot of long-term plays, smaller cap stocks that for down the road that I was planning on making money on in 2028, 2027, 2026. So yeah, I'm down heavy right now, and I'm having to make up for it and hustle because I don't want to sell and take a loss right now. Not just an AMC, but my entire portfolio, my crypto accounts. You know, I don't want to lose money anywhere right now. So you do what you got to do in this market. And I know a lot of people out there hustling and busting their ass right now so they can stay in this play with us. And hats off to all you guys who are doing that with us because it takes every single one of us to stay in this thing till the end. And a lot of people are saying, you know, Kiwi Girl said she's using this to average down. And I know a lot of people are talking about buying the dips. If you can't buy the dip because you're out of money right now, look, people are out there screaming about talking about their positions and how much they're buying and at what price they're buying on. All I'm going to say is some of us have been in this play for 18 months right now, 16 months, 15 months. We bought shares back in February and January of 2021. We've been holding shares for a long time. The fact that we're not buying right now, we might be out of dry powder by this point. We are very deep into this play.
I want to address one comment that just flashed by. Maybe you can pull it up. And I
Sure,
keep
who
on
is it?
seeing this. I keep on seeing this on other YouTubers' channels. You guys are worried about what is Cinemark's price and why is Cinemark at $14 and we're at 10, guys. You cannot evaluate stocks and compare them just based on the dollar amount shown on your screen. Answer me this: if you're asking questions about Cinemark, answer me a couple questions and see if you know these by heart. What's the float of Cinemark compared to AMC?
I already answered this.
What's the market cap of Cinemark compared to AMC? What was the trailing 12-month performance of Cinemark to AMC? Let me just tell you that one. Cinemark a year ago was at $21. It's at 14 right now. That's a red, right? Massalorian, is my math right?
I think that's correct.
All right. What was AMC at a year ago? It's right about where it was right now. Cinemark is down 30, 40% on a trailing 12-month evaluation. Stop with the emotional
damage.
Yes, you're doing it to yourself. You're getting yourself wrapped around the axle for no reason. And I want to help you broaden your way of looking at stocks. You cannot just look at a price. That's not how we do it in the finance world.
Donick says, Tony, if you had some cash, would you buy AMC or some other stock like Tesla or Amazon? I mean, what stocks you see with the higher potential upside?
I'm buying AMC almost every other day at this point because it keeps on going down. And the expensive stocks like Tesla and Amazon, yes, I'm waiting for a moment to buy those. But if I go buy $2,000 or $2,900 Amazon, that's a lot of AMC shares.
Yeah,
I don't want $2,900 a share to go down to $2,000 because that blows a lot of my dry powder. So I'm waiting on Amazon. I'm definitely buying Amazon and Tesla. I will, but I want to see the bleeding stop.
Yep. Same here.
So I've just been, I'm not buying a ton of AMC. I've got a ton. I've been buying it for a year, but every other day I'm buying 10 shares. It's just like I have some that I bought at 38. So I'm just dollar cost averaging.
I know, me
those
too.
Down.
Well, 41. Yeah,
Yeah,
41,
I'm dollar
27.
cost averaging those down. It's not a big deal.
Right.
But
Right.
no, I'm not buying those big stocks every day right now. I'm waiting, and I will pounce when I see that we get a little bit of recovery.
Like, think about it right now. What's GameStop? Close to just over $80, right? And we
Yes,
had the run up when they announced the dividend to 199, right? So think
GameStop
about
is
it.
GameStop is definitely back in my window of ready to buy. I've been telling people, they've been asking me, "Are you buying GameStop?" And I looked back at the chart and I said, "I want to see it for me to feel comfortable. I'd like to see it. Not that I want it to go here, but I know that I'm getting a good deal if I'm buying it near the recent low, which was in March at $80, and we're right in that
Right
window
there, right
right
now.
now.
Yep.
So
I
yes,
just noticed that today. Yep.
I've got plenty of AMC. I'm lower on GameStop, and my next purchase will be GameStop.
I think, yeah, that's why I kind of brought that up. And speaking on that a little further, looking towards when the split happens, we could potentially be in the middle of a violent storm right at that point with the meme stocks. So GME could have some nice returns on it right now if you can get in. Like Tony said, this technical level right now. You're right, Tony. That's what it bounced off before we had our run, right? Yeah, we're
Yep.
right here.
I mean, even though technical levels and chart analysis are irrelevant in a runaway bear market, right?
Yep.
I've seen people trying to chart the resistance or the support lines for AMC for the last 6 months, and it's been irrelevant. You can't do that. AMC is not in charge of the chart right now. The indexes and the big money are the only thing that's driving everything. AMC is not going to hit some magic support level and bounce up when the S&Ps fall into 350. You can forget about that.
Right. Right. It's just
You're
not
just
possible,
wasting
guys.
your time watching TA on AMC. If that's
Yep.
all they're looking at, you're on the wrong channel.
Truly.
Sorry,
Truly.
that's harsh. That is harsh, I know. But Massalorian and I know he looks at economics in the big picture like I do, so I feel comfortable saying that here. And
Yeah. You can, of course.
you got to look at the big picture, guys. The indexes are in charge right now, not any TA on AMC. But I do feel more comfortable buying GameStop now, and that's why I've been waiting.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? Oh, I just can't. I couldn't believe we came back down to this price so fast. So fast. Knowing what's coming.
I'm looking at hello, goodbye. Massalorian, can you shout F Joe Biden? Someone, let me answer the question you had on the screen. Am I buying Sundial?
Yes.
I waited 9 months to buy Sundial below 50 cents, and I got a lot of hate for that. And I did buy it when it slipped under 50, so that I could comfortably weather the further downturn. So I have not bought any additional yet. I'm waiting for the bleeding to stop, but I will average down. So I have some Sundial that I bought. I forget what I bought it at, 48, 49, 50 cents. And if it slips down far enough, I'll consider buying more, but I am worried about the reverse stock split.
Yep. True.
It did not get the pump that I wanted off the earnings. And it's a super, despite what you hear about 300 billion synthetic shares, yada, 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 from that dude in New York. In my book, this is a highly speculative play, and you should treat it as such. Do not overcommit on Sundial. If you want to buy it instead of buying a plane ticket to Vegas, that's where I'm at. It's a gamble. I have a very small position in it. And if it plays out, great. And if it doesn't play out, well, Scarlett gets one less steak dinner out.
Do you have your position in GME is small too?
It's less than AMC. No, I have a good position in GME, but I'm saying like Sundial, I'm not going to go buy 10,000 shares of Sundial, no matter what the price. I mean, that you could be literally burning money with a company like that.
Lupe, love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
But it has a lot of social support. So, hey, I'll play with retail. I'll play the game. It could get a pump on any good news. I'll put a little coin on the line, but I'm not more than I'm willing to lose. That's why I waited so damn long.
Right. Or make sure you can supplement that income in some other way if you do lose it. Rusty Nail says Trey is losing his marbles. What's going on, Rusty Nail, with Trey? What's wrong with him? Is he all right?
He was. I did speed through his video tonight. He basically said, "Look, this is the first recession / bear market I've ever lived through." Well,
Welcome
that's
to the
probably
club.
true for many
Yeah.
people, probably in his audience too.
Welcome to the club. Yeah.
You know, I've tried to reach out to him and offer him a little bit, you know, another person to bounce ideas off of that's been through this 3 or 4 times, but I don't hear back from him, and that's fine. But
We both have.
you can't be overly optimistic every single day. I mean, you got to step back and look at what the hell is going on in the world, in the administration, in the economy.
It's a mess. It's a mess. I was just thinking when you were saying, someone was saying in the chat about Trey right now, and you know, all these guys that are talking not being through this bear market, this first time being through a bear market, and seeing their portfolios down. Remember, guys, it's everyone, right? It's not just, it's the creators. And as much as you guys may think that there's some secret something going on behind the scenes, that we're day trading AMC and making all this money without you guys knowing, and we're just swinging it all over the place, that couldn't be farther from the truth. If anything, in the last couple of months, we've had to separate, and we haven't been able to talk very much at all about actually our financial aspects of our portfolio because of how much we're putting back into, you know, the channels, or in our personal lives. You know, we're working our other jobs. So it's like, if anything, that's less now. Back in the day, we had more time probably to discuss about catalysts for smaller companies or news events that were coming up that possibly could spur movement or price action. Now it's completely the opposite. So for anyone with those conspiracy theories in their heads that we're behind the scenes manipulating things and day trading AMC, is just ludicrous.
Yeah,
Ludicrous.
I've always said that day trading AMC is a foolish game. Now, if you told me that you sold when it was at 50 and you're waiting for it to drop below 10, I'd say, man, you got the crystal ball that we all needed. But I still think that at any point, whenever the economy or Wall Street gets the green light, these stocks are going to rip back up. I don't want to be out on that day. I remember passing up Bitcoin at 3,800 after it ran up, and then it fell back down, and then all of a sudden, next time I looked at it, it's at 20 fucking thousand.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
don't
you
want to
blink.
be day trading this stuff, but hey, if you think you can call the market, knock yourself out. You know, good luck. I'm more of a buy the dip and hold till it recovers type guy.
Yep. And I think I can say the same for Tony right now. We have probably gotten to the point where there is no price we're going to sell at until we get back to all-time highs again. There's just no way. I don't know. I can't speak for Tony, but for me personally, I'd rather see the stock burn to the ground than give out at a number that I'm not happy with. Not after all this.
I'd have to see some evidence that AMC is definitely going bankrupt for me to consider selling. And all I'm seeing is things getting better and better. So why would I ever sell right now? It's just like ridiculous. I'm not buying this whole bearish short thesis. That's bullshit.
Nope.
Not as long as the numbers are going the way they're going, we are good. It's only the economy, stupid, that is holding us back.
It's the economy and the administration. Make no doubt about it. Not Money Advice says Palantir will be a buy when they figure out how to run Stone Engine Tech. Palantir right now, I just was looking up. So here's a story about Palantir. CDC, I'm sorry, not CDC. Was it CDC? Either CDC or in Britain, Palantir got the contract to be able to track something through cell phones. I just saw this the other day. For people who have been vaccinated, tracking something through the cell phones, and they were using the Palantir software. They're going to have big government contracts in the future, guys. Palantir is a stock. I'll just let you guys know I own it now, and that's one of my long-term plays I'm holding for the next 10 years. And they've been around a long time, 15 years. Still not a profitable company yet, but there's big-time potential, and as long as our government's going to continue to go the way it is, they're going to keep wanting to do surveillance. And that's the type of software that Palantir makes. And they're trying to implement it into the commercial space. And if they can get their foot in the door there, then Palantir will be just fine. But I
I
don't
held
want
some Palantir in mid 2021. Not really. I never could really figure out what they're doing. I told you this before, Massalorian.
Yeah, I know.
I eventually ended up selling it sometime in late 2021 before the big crash. And one day in the next week or so, I'm going to do a deep dive day on Palantir and decide if I'm going to get back into it, and I'll share that with you guys. But good Lord, man, $45 down to $671. That if it really does have potential, that's seems like quite a discount. I don't know. I can't intelligently comment on Palantir's long-term prospects. I was just playing it for the momentum and never came back. So I got out.
Yeah,
it was
never
dead
came
money.
back.
It was
Yep.
dead money doing nothing for months and months in my portfolio. So I went back to cash on that position.
No, it's a smart move. It's a smart move. I mean, I'm right on it right now, but I didn't get in at all-time highs, so I'm not worried about it too much. And like I said, I never bought the stock to swing it, right? I bought the stock saying, oh, okay, I can get it at a discount right now. In my eyes, at 16, I was thinking that was a good price, right? I'm like, oh, it's down from, what did you say the all-time high was, 40?
45. Yep.
45, right. So at 16, I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, this is 75% off. I'm like, can't beat it.
I only allocate a very small percentage of my portfolio to gamble speculative plays that have no earnings. Like I prefer to own mostly solid companies that have a bottom left to top right slope with demonstrable earnings.
Yep.
And so I got to be careful about adding there's so many companies that were hot last year on YouTube. Palantir's one, Tattooed Chef. Poor Jeremy.
Peloton.
Yeah, Peloton. Look, I only got so much room for those, so I'm pretty fucking picky at this point about what else I'm going to add in. But the lower they go to zero, if I think that they have even a sliver of a chance and they get low enough, I'll throw a few bones at it.
You know what really set me off? Right around the time that I bought, the Pentagon had came out and made an announcement about them investing something like they were asked for $13 billion to invest for cybersecurity, and Palantir was their go-to, U.S. government, at least Department of Defense, Homeland Security. So far, I think there's like 13 different agencies in the United States. But just knowing what I know about what's going on in geopolitics right now, I think more and more governments are going to start implementing software similar to what Palantir is using. The CDC was using it to track to see if you were obeying curfew orders. So they were going and looking at your phones, the CDC, to see if you were complying and were indoors at your place of residence when you said you were supposed to be because of curfew orders during the pandemic.
Was this in Canada or the United States of America?
This is in the good old US of A. Good old US of A. And I believe Palantir got the contract for that because as soon as I saw the news report, I jumped up and went and looked into it. And I'm like, sure enough, it's Palantir. And that software that they have, the Foundry, Gotham, there's three of them, Foundry, Gotham, and a third one. I can't think of the third one, but if they can get their foot in the door with that into commercial, into some of these bigger companies, I know they have contracts with Boeing right now and Lockheed. Some of these bigger defense contracts, I think they're going to be doing just fine. And someone saying I can't support Palantir. I don't want to support them, Rock and Rozzy. I know what you're saying. I don't want to support them. I don't like that they're working behind the scenes for the Department of Defense and, NSA. But it's money is green, right? So we don't have to agree with politically what they do. Let's see here. I saw Pam in the chat. Good evening, Pam. Remember when Charge Point was a buy at 19? Yeah, right? Yeah, what's Charge Point at right now? $10? $11?
Someone asked me, Massalorian, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Someone asked me on Twitter DM today, if AMC were to drop to 8 or 7 or 6 or 5, and we were to be buying it in throngs, wouldn't that give liquidity to the hedge funds? Do you want to take a stab at that one? Because I answered him. I'll tell you what I answered, but I kind of want to hear what your thoughts are on that.
People have been saying that for months. I don't understand where is this concept? Where's the notion for this coming from?
Well,
where is we've been hearing this for months, right? Lou was talking about this towards the end of November, was he not? Sticking with this line.
Was that when he said stop buying AMC?
Yes. That famous. The last time we sniffed $40. Remember that glorious weekend when we all came out and said, "Don't listen to him. We are purposely giving up the buy button. They took it away from us in January. Now we're going to voluntarily give it to them." Go ahead.
Here's what I answered the dude on Twitter. Whether or not we buy, someone's going to buy it, right? Let's be honest for 1 second. Retail is small fry when it comes to the daily volume in AMC or any stock. That's just a fact. And some institution or some other hedge fund is going to buy it cheap, and you're not going to have really an impact. If you want to buy AMC at $5 or $7 or $9, buy it. If that helps you average down or get some cheaper shares, it's not going to make any difference. Whether it's, yes, the float's 500 million, and if there's only 50 million shares trading because we have all the rest locked up with retail, someone's still going to buy those 50 million. They might turn over 1, 2, 3, 10 times in a day, whatever the volume is, doesn't matter. Someone's always buying if the price is cheap enough. You're not going to change the equation. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
I'm going to buy at whatever price I think is a good deal.
That's right.
And they're in the green. Look, if they shorted it at 40 or 50 or 70, they're in the green, whether it's at 30, 20, 10, 9, 5. The hedge fund that shorted it is in the green. You're not changing the equation. Yes, you're giving them cash when they close out their short. But whether you give it to them or not, someone's going to give it to them. It's a marketplace. It's going to find a price where there's a buyer. That's inevitable.
There's always someone willing to buy what someone else is willing to sell. Don't forget that, guys. Not Money Advice says Massalorian. So in other words, you would have invested in Nazis before he took over. Spelled like Notre Dame spells it. Our government right now is invested in Nazis. Right now, today, they're invested in them in Ukraine. So I'm not worried about what's going on in my portfolio right now. If the government has no problem selling missiles to Nazis, actual Nazis in the current day, I'm not worried about what was going on in 1940s Weimar Germany. Let's see here.
Can I answer Silverback's question, because he keeps on asking, and I see it.
Yeah, let me
up
find it.
We're not trying to ignore you guys. There's just a lot of comments.
There's a lot of comments, guys. Hang on, let me try and find it. Silverback, yeah, hang on. Go ahead, you can talk. Let me try and find it.
He says, when is the Sundial stock split? I believe that their deadline, the current deadline that they're under, which is probably their last deadline to get the price over $1, is in August. I don't know the exact date. I don't remember. But if sometime between now and August, they will be doing a reverse stock split, unless something happens that drives the price up over $1 for 10 trading days, there's going to be a reverse stock split on Sundial. And then I expect that it will immediately start trailing back down, like almost all of them do. Sometimes there's reverse stock splits and they go up, but that is more of a rarity. The market in general does not like stock splits, so reverse stock splits. So it'll be unfortunate, but who knows what can happen. I pray for you if the majority of your portfolio is in Sundial. I do own it. I have a small position. I consider it a highly speculative play.
Just real quick, I have a question for Damien in the chat. She says, I work at Lockheed and we just signed a massive contract for 590 F-35s 2023-25. Is that the same contract that was canceled back in 2018, Damien? Because I know Lockheed had a contract for F-35s back in the late 20 teens, like a $13 billion contract. that got canceled. I'm just curious to know, is this something totally different or let's see. Someone's asking, Reg Ramos says, any chance we go below $5 by Friday? Explain. You think there's any chance we go below $5 by Friday, Tony? I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
Is the SPY going to go below 350 by Friday?
I hope not.
I don't have a crystal ball. If the SPY goes down, we're going down. I have no doubt about that. I've been saying that for a year. I've been saying this whole negative beta stuff is absolute nonsense. We follow what the market is doing. I mean, if the market crashes, we're going down, and it has nothing to do with AMC. That's the thing that makes me so zen in this play is what's happening to our price has nothing to do with our stock. Everything is getting freaking hammered.
Yeah.
So could we see $5? Sure. If the market crashes, and I don't care because everything's going down. It's not, no one's picking on AMC right now.
Yeah.
Although, did you see the Ortex today?
No, what happened? What changed?
9 million new shorts on AMC today. Can you
Just out of
freaking
thin
believe
air.
that?
Out of thin air?
No, I mean, not out of thin air. I don't believe the 100% utilization. I haven't believed that
Okay.
since day
Okay.
one.
Okay.
You don't have 100% utilization and 2% interest rate. That's just those two do not go together.
They don't
100%
mix.
utilization is bullshit. 9 million shorted, and so I'm feeling even more excited that the spring is coming. If they're willing to short it at $10 when the spring happens, these guys are going to be running for the hills.
Knowing that what kind of receipts we possibly could come having, just knowing that the fundamentals are getting back to basics right now would have me
What are they
shivering.
thinking?
I don't
mean,
know.
They're pulling out every trick that they have to fucking get you guys out of this play. That's the only way I look at it. So I'm happily buying more, and I have zero concern about it. Will it be in 2 weeks or a month or 2 years? I don't know. I don't effing care.
I know.
As long as the fundamentals continue improving, wait till the next quarter. I mean, look at all these movies coming out in the summer. This is a stupid bet unless they just are absolutely convinced that the economy is wrecked for the rest of 2022. And it might be, right?
Yeah.
It might be. So
Yeah.
we got to learn patience.
Yep. All right, Tony. I know you said you got to go. People are saying Boss is back. Everyone's going to be hopping over to Boss. I guess he must have hopped off for a little bit or something. So I don't know how long you can stay on for, but
I'm going to stay on till she comes and yells at me.
okay,
so.
sounds good. Okay, sounds good.
Who's the boss in this house?
That's right. I saw King Ralphie saying hello. King Ralphie, good evening, brother. What's going on? Christian Princess says no one in selling. Christian Princess is still rocking with us. Nice, girl. Christian Princess, I remember she's been rocking with us for a while.
Pantheon in the house. What's up,
Pantheon's in the house. Yeah, guys, we know that there's a bunch of people that are streaming tonight. We just wanted to come on to just reassure people that, this is the market. We're hanging in here with you guys, and there's no collusion going on behind the scenes between the YouTube creators and the community. We're all doing the same thing.
Dan McBurney says beta is time frame specific. AMC is short-term positive beta. Look, let me say it the way that I've said it many times on my channel, and I have videos on my channel with spreadsheets and math explaining negative beta. So go watch those if you're really curious. Absolutely, you're right. Beta is time frame specific, but no one measures beta on a one-day basis. That's just no. You look at beta over 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, and you compare it to an index, and almost on any measure, AMC is a positive beta. Are there days where we're negative beta? Absolutely. Those are called outlying. They're called outliers. Sorry. The formula gets thrown off when AMC goes up 1,000% in a day, and the SPY happens to be down 1%. That's an outlier. It's mathematical anomaly. So are there days where we're negative beta? 1 or 2 of them, yep. But almost any period that you look on a longer term, we are not negative beta. We're positive beta greater than 1. So
Steven's saying, hold on, Tony. Steven just said, answer my question. And now he just said, see how they won't answer my question.
Steven, I hope you get a YouTube
Steven,
channel one time where there's like 1,000
boy,
questions going by in 60 seconds.
I tell you, brother. Crazy, crazy. If I see it come up again, I'm gonna be looking for it now, Steven. So next time I see it come up, I'm gonna pull it right up and we are gonna address it. I promise you, my friend. Sorry. It's just really tough to keep up with this sometimes. Hey guys, Leo is still very strong in AMC. He is very analytical, calls it right every time. Leo says still at least 500. Your thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I don't know what's changed for me necessarily right now, except the market is getting worse, worse and worse and worse, and more liquidity is being pulled out of it, and they're having less and less options in order to keep attacking us. That's the only thing I see right now. I see this getting better for us in the long term. And the other thing about this whole thing about these splurges into buying right now, you guys have to understand, a lot of you came on. We've been here for months since last year, February, March time, buying this stock. So it's not like all of a sudden we're going to pile in now when it goes down to $10, because we've bought when it was 6, 8, 12, 20, 40 on the way up, and then coming back down on the other side again. I think the highest they paid on this side was like 27, 24, 21. So it's not something we're just gonna all of a sudden, now that it went to $10, we're gonna just dogpile completely in. We have accumulated shares over this whole time. And some of us are busting right now, busting our humps just to make sure we can keep the positions that we currently have. And that's difficult. All right, let me see if I can. Now I went on a tirade and I probably missed Steven's question, right? Did
Steven
you see
says,
it, Tony?
how much are you guys making money on puts while we're told to just buy and hold? Steven, look, if you're willing to sign an NDA that says you will go to jail if you disclose any information, fly out to my house and I'll show you my trading history. I've never once bought a put on AMC. There's plenty of other ways to make money buying puts. All I have done is bought shares, and I bought calls like 3 times in the last, since May of 2021. You put me on a truth detector test, fly out here, sign an NDA, and we'll put $1 million on the line. How about that?
I would put $1 million on it. The only challenge I don't want to take is the one that is going around right now. I do not want to take that challenge.
What?
The one
Show
that's
your shares?
show that you've been holding since you said you have since last
That's
April.
fucking ridiculous. Nobody
That's
needs.
crazy.
I mean, look, there's YouTubers covering AMC that have 19 shares. I don't care how many shares you have. If you ever made a video saying AMC's not going to squeeze or I'm sold my AMC, then you can fuck right off out of my life. But I don't care if you have 1 share or 5,000 shares. If you are positively covering the stock, you're good in my book.
I wanted to put Steven's comment up so people could see it. Where did you see it, Tony? How did you see it? Oh, here it is. Here
right
it is.
there
Here
on
it
the
is. I got it. I got it. Once I tell him yeah. So where are you getting that story from, Steven? I'm just curious. Like,
there's literally like 10,000 stocks or indexes I can buy puts on. Why would I negatively affect the stock that's the biggest position of my entire portfolio by buying puts? I mean, there's so many other easy ways to make money.
And why wouldn't we be telling you guys to do the same thing? Why wouldn't we be encouraging you to do what we're doing? If we're making money off it, why wouldn't we be?
There's this mythology going around that AMC YouTubers are trading against AMC. I know one guy that said that, Review Dork. He's not made any secret about it. I'm not outing him. But I don't really know other people and I know a few people that said they lost their conviction that it's not going to squeeze. They sold, whatever, I don't make videos about those people. I don't care about that. I just put them out of my life, right? That's not people I want to tune into. Once you say that you're out of this play or you don't believe in it, bye, bitch. Bye, Felicia.
I just don't know why all of a sudden now in this market we would decide to just start getting wild and crazy. When we
Yeah,
could have made tons of money last year. We had all
the
last
time
year
to buy
raking the
puts,
dough.
what was it when it was at 70 or 50? Who the
Not
fuck is
now.
buying puts at $10? That's just
$10 a share.
stupid.
Come on, Steven. Let's get with it. My
Trey had
year
a
hold
theory
is
that buying
tomorrow.
puts would price up via the max pain. Yeah, look up my responses on that. I will not comment on that because I like Trey, but I think, to be honest, between you and me, just a couple of us here, I think that was a silly idea.
What's
But I
that?
never made a video about it because I don't like creating drama and like confronting people unless it's
Oh.
like. But yes, that was not a good idea, guys.
Oh, you're
That's
saying that's
Trey.
where Steven
That's
got it
Trey. That
from?
has nothing to do with us.
You're saying that's where he got it from? He thinks that we're all doing that
I
with
guess.
Trey?
I guess.
That
Yeah.
makes sense now. I remember he did say that last month.
Uh,
And Lou was talking about that too. Wasn't he saying, hey guys, just so you know,
I
anticipate
don't know.
they're going to
I
be
don't
day
watch.
trading?
I don't watch Lou unless he's fighting Ape Father in a park.
Natsuka was asking what our thoughts were on AA, and I keep missing it. Sorry, Natsuka. What are your thoughts on AAT?
On the what?
On Adam Aaron, I believe. Natsuka was asking what are
Oh,
our thoughts on AA?
you know, I've always been positive on Adam Aaron. He said in his very first interview with Trey on YouTube that his focus was not a short squeeze or hedge funds, or his focus was on fundamentally improving the company, and that was going to take some time. Go back and watch that first interview. It's in about the first 10 minutes, and I watched it again a week ago. And I've always said if he fixes the company and fixes the fundamentals, the short thesis will take care of itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm letting him do his job. Was I happy that they all sold a bunch of shares? No. And I kind of laid into him on Twitter and in a video in the last week. I'm not the happiest about that. But I've also been in those shoes of owning, $1 million worth of granted stock options, and all your net worth is in one company. I've been in those shoes. So I can't just like throw them under the bus and say I wouldn't do the same thing because I've done the same thing. But the difference, the company I worked with, we were killing it every quarter and the stock was going up and we were working our ass off, and the stock was going up because we were earning it, right?
That's right.
The only reason AMC went up is because retail pushed it up. I'm sorry, executives at AMC, you did not justify that price, and you should not have sold at that price. That was not right. That's not a good look.
No, it was a bad look.
I fault them on.
Yeah, that was a bad look. That was a bad look. I agree. Especially when you see other CEOs right now buying up shares of their company, right? Right now. Not just, I'm not talking about Cohen with GameStop. I'm talking about there's other CEOs right now that are buying up shares right now of their own companies.
But
So
other
that
than
does
that,
bother me too.
Other than that, I think he's doing a decent job and the company's on the right track. So I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway, but I'm still not happy about that. And I'd say that to his face.
And Pantheon is echoing something I've said since those June 18 calls from last summer. I said going forward, I'm not playing with AMC anyway with options. I'm not doing it because we don't have total control of the stock. And I know anyone who's been following me, a member of my channel for a while, knows I have said that a million times to you guys. I don't play with options on AMC because we don't have any control over it. And Pantheon, same thing with Pantheon. Tony does.
I have some July $20 calls right now. Late July,
right.
$20 calls. I bought them when we dropped below 15, and I honestly never thought we'd see $10.
Me
if
neither.
I made one mistake in the last 6 months, it was saying that I don't think we'd ever get to $10, and we dropped below it today, right?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Low today was $9.92. I frankly am shocked. I'm not. I try not to be wrong too often, but I have said if the market crashes, we're gonna go below $10. But being at 392 on the SPY and the AMC going below $10, that caught me by surprise.
Yeah. Tristan
And
says we saw
I'm
991
thinking
today.
about doubling down now on my July $20 calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I did not.
Natsuka says me too.
I didn't spend $50,000 on them though. This is we're talking pocket change. I don't go bet my whole wad on options. That is a secondary investment to me. That's a way to, look, I know people that spend tens of thousands of dollars on options. You can obliterate yourself doing that. But for me, if I try and just get more of them right than wrong, and it's a way to amp up total returns. My option trading account is up. What did I post lately on Twitter? Like 1,340%, 1,350% in the last 12 months. So my track record's pretty good, but I don't win them all for sure. I have losers that go to zero, but I'm very strategic about the ones I pick.
And I was just saying that from my channel, right, guys? That wasn't covering for Tony. I just said on my channel, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you guys have heard me preach about options on AMC. I just said that I personally don't get involved with them because I don't like the way that the price moves. I think it's too volatile for my taste. Tony is a much more calmer man than me, and he controls emotions much better than I can. And he would not be tempted to do some of the dumb things I might. So I would leave that to Tony's expertise.
In my 20s and maybe early 30s, I blew out a couple accounts.
Did you?
Yes, with stupid options trades. So I've learned to be much more patient, much more strategic, and much less foolish. I don't try and trade options every day. I trade them when the opportunity is right.
Oh, here's a great comment. So when does the market rebound? What kind of catalyst or news would end the bear market? Well, first we'd have to have what's going on in Ukraine end. We would have to have somebody, they got to sit down and so we got to start with a peace negotiation, because until that happens, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but the ruble is getting stronger, not weaker. So as much as they are telling us that these, all these, sanctions that they're putting on Russia right now, are destroying Russia. And no, it's not, guys. Take a look at the ruble. It's bounced back very nicely. We are the ones, the middle class, are getting crushed right now in this country. I understand the Ukrainian people are too, and the Russian army. But really, the first thing that needs to be set up is we need peace in Europe. We cannot be at the edge of World War III right now with possibly tactical nuclear weapons being used. Until that is taken care of, I don't think we're going to see any major turnaround in the market. There's just too many unknowns with what's going on right now in Ukraine. I don't know, Tony, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely, I think, give the markets a little bit of some sanity and peace, knowing that if Russia, Ukraine gets settled and energy prices can stabilize, that will be helpful. We still got inflation and interest rates in our own freaking administration to deal with here in the US, but that is a big destabilization in the global economy right now. Russia, Ukraine. I was just chatting with you on the phone about that the other day. I was saying, I hope they solve it soon. And you're like, I don't think they're going to solve it soon. I don't know. I've misunderestimated. I keep on using George Bush phrases. I have underestimated the Ukraine situation.
I think everyone underestimated NATO's determination to, not NATO specifically, but the UK and the United States and their ambitious push to destabilize Ukraine, to pump up the military-industrial complex and big gas right now and big oil. It's ridiculous right now that they use this invasion to shut down the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, but we then in turn we don't have enough fuel for ourselves here. Our fuel is $7 a gallon, but we want to shut down Germany and Russia having a direct link for natural gas because we want to supply it to Europe when we're having our own problems right now. So whoever is in charge of running these domestic policies right now in the administration, because it's clearly not Joseph R. Biden, right? Whoever the person is behind the screen, whether it's Klain, whoever it is, are making big mistakes right now because There is only one way this war is going to end, and that's when there is a peace treaty signed. That's the only way this goes. Or we turn to nuclear war. It's World War III. So one of two things is going to happen. They're going to sit down and talk and save a bunch of Ukrainian and Russian lives right now, or they're going to keep supplying them with the military, use Ukrainian people as cannon fodder until they can destabilize Putin enough where he backs off. There's only two outcomes.
I'm going to knock out a couple of questions before I get dragged off camera.
Sure. Sorry.
She still is not dragging me, but I'm just trying to knock out a few. Someone is asking about Phantom. The last time I bought Phantom was at 58 cents. I'm waiting for the bleeding to stop to go in and buy more, but I love it at this price. I just don't know how low everything's going to continue to go. So I'm being patient. I was happy to buy it below $1.25. I was buying $1.90, 75 cents. 58 cents was my last purchase. And, you know, when things stabilize, I'll go in and buy more, whether that's 20 cents, 30 cents, 38. I don't know. Someone asked, would you buy Luna? No, absolutely not. Luna's dropped from $100 30 days ago to $1 today.
That's insane.
I think it has a very high probability of going to zero. They might be able to fix it, but I'm not counting on that. I never liked Luna or UST anyways. I did a video a month ago saying you got to be careful about crypto coins and stable coins that are based on an algo. And when they're paired together, go back and watch that video I did and look at what happened with Iron and Titan. They're both at zero now because of the same damn thing. You do not want to own coins associated with the algo-backed stable coin. That's a recipe for disaster. I'm sorry if you love Luna. This was going to happen. That's why I talked about it a month ago.
Rock and Rozzy says, did AA mention when they will be profitable? Would like to be receiving a dividend soon. I'm getting old. Rock and Rozzy, I'm in the same boat as you, girl. I don't know. I don't think that he mentioned. He said we needed $2 billion at the end of Q4, I think, to have come out profitable at the end of last year. We fell short of that, obviously. I don't know if he's made an update on that. Did he say anything about it on Monday in the call?
I don't know if Pantheon has looked this up. He was talking about it in his chat the other night, and I made a comment to him, and he said he was going to look into it. I just haven't had time to look into it. What I do know from the last time I looked, when you remember when they refinanced all those bonds a month or two ago?
Yes.
The one that they didn't refinance had a provision that said they can't issue dividends. Wouldn't you know?
Oh, really?
Yes. So that I know for a fact they cannot, because the one that didn't get refinanced prevents them from issuing dividends. So until that's paid off, you can forget about it. But what I mentioned to Pantheon in the chat of his live stream was what I have not done is looked at all of the provisions, all the restrictions in the refinance deals. I don't know if all the refinanced ones also prevent them from issuing dividends, and maybe they do, but it's irrelevant because there is still one in place that says they can't issue a dividend. So I think for the next couple of years, you can probably forget about a dividend on AMC.
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
Maybe Pantheon can chime in if he's had time to go look at it. Maybe he hasn't. But it's not on my plate of anything I'm expecting.
Okay. All right. So we can kick that catalyst off the list then, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dividend is out. As far as being profitable, again, what are we talking about here? Well, I forget the numbers. I know that we talked about it earlier this year, what we needed to do by the end of Q4 to have this year to get us back to even again. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, he hasn't said anything about it since I think Q4. I think that was the last time he mentioned it. Said we need to bring in 2 million, and I think we came in at 1.7, 1.3. Can't remember.
I created.
We can't be far off.
I created that spreadsheet. Uh-oh, Scarlett's looking at me with evil eyes over here. Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's 10:30. What time was I supposed to be off camera? 10? Am I in trouble? Oh, I'm not in trouble. All right, so we can
Wow.
keep going.
Thanks, Scar.
Massalorian says thanks. She says I'm not in trouble, but I better get off fairly
Okay.
quickly.
Okay.
I created that spreadsheet that tracks 1 minute. I created that spreadsheet where I can input box office revenues and then make some calculations. So what I can do, if you guys want, is try and extrapolate what kind of box office numbers we need to see to get profitable. How about that? Does that sound fair?
Yeah. If you can get to the bottom of that, absolutely.
Let me
Be
do that,
amazing.
and I'll tweet it out or do a video here in the next day. That's an easy calculation to do, and then we know what our goalpost looks like.
Right. Right.
So what I
Yes.
did, I took all the last 2 years of box office revenues, earnings, and EPS, and I created some formulas to make a guess. I was off by a few cents on the last quarter, but I think it'll get us close
Yeah,
to
you
what
were
we need.
close. Yeah, you were very close. Yeah. You almost nailed it. Yeah. I remember that. PM Righteous said, did Ken Griffin crash Bitcoin? Matt Kors just did an interesting podcast talking about Ken Griffin crashing Bitcoin. Doesn't Citadel have that thing lined up for later this year?
The dirt going around right now, and I don't know if it's true, and it's the next video that I'm going to do. The one I put out this evening was, why did BlackRock invest in USDC? And the reason I put that one out first, because number one, I said a month ago I was going to put this video out. But number two, the skinny going around right now is that BlackRock and Citadel conspired to crash UST, the Luna stablecoin. And maybe that's true. I have not finished doing all the due diligence. And I'm not going to put a video out if I haven't thoroughly. I'm not going to just read a post on Reddit or Twitter and say that's a fact. I'm going to dig deep. So it might take me till tomorrow to get it out. But if I find that that's true to my satisfaction, I'll put the video out.
Okay.
And it would tie in with this BlackRock investment in USDC. Wouldn't they want to take out the competitor right underneath them?
You would think.
You would think, right? So maybe BlackRock and Citadel conspired to give a bunch of money to the Luna Foundation Guard to prop up UST, and then rug pulled them by selling all the Bitcoin. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
We're
so
just
it's
everybody's
possible.
everybody's
Speculation.
fucking speculating because they're reading a tweet or a Reddit post. I wouldn't count on any video that anyone has put out in the last 20 hours on that topic. They're just regurgitating information that they read.
Kiwi
But
Girl says,
when
ahead.
I'm adequately when I feel confident enough to say it, then I think you can say that it's probably true.
Take it to the bank.
If I can't verify it, I'm just not going to comment.
Okay.
I don't roll that way.
So if we don't see a video, we know it's probably falsehoods. That's what you're saying. Okay. All right. Kiwi Girl said, even though everything's red, it's still nice to see Hood being down. Yes, agreed, Kiwi Girl. It is nice to see Hood being down. And Dino Mike said, not Matt Kors. Did I get that wrong? Who actually? I said Matt Kors.
There were a lot of people that have been retweeting it and
Okay.
making videos. I just, I've said this before. The reason I'm not first on stuff is because I don't care about being first. I'd rather just be correct and give you guys non-clickbait, actual researched information. Does that sometimes seem like I'm correcting people? Well, I don't watch other people's videos because I don't want them to influence what I'm thinking. But the only thing I do is try and
Me and Tony do that a lot.
I know what's topical. I know what people are interested in, and it might take me a day or two longer to research it. But by the time I put it out, I know that I can stand behind what I'm saying, and I'm not going to have to make an apology video.
Right.
Or I was wrong. I don't care about being first.
Jairan Lee says, good.
I was going to say, after that little speech,
you're going to go?
Yeah, I probably should go. Scarlett is
Perfect
being
timing.
especially generous in letting me do an extra 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll take on this John Wick subject after you
Wait,
take off.
what was the question? John Wick?
Speaking of regurgitating information, how about that John Wick? So I'll wait till you go, and then I'll address what's going on with that.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, should be fun.
I
Should be fun.
don't want to talk about any other content creators or get involved with any drama. Look, there's a bunch of small channels squabbling with each other. We got enough going on with our money and figuring out how to not lose money and how to invest in the right plays to be ahead a year or two from now, if that's what it takes. I don't have time for this. Is not the time for emotions. So
Yeah.
I'm teeing it up there for you.
Okay.
Massalorian. Thank you guys. Love you. And remember, if you need a home to come learn how to become that cold-hearted, emotionless, yeah.
You got killer.
That's how we do it on my channel. My channel is not about emotions. It's not about getting scared. It's about learning to become a long-term investor and strike when other people are scared, because you believe in a long-term play and you're not going to sell because you're scared and you're letting the media manipulate you. Come visit me during one of the live streams or hang out in the channel, and I'm happy to answer your questions. No super chats required, yada, yada, yada. And I'll see you on the next video.
Thanks, Tony. Love you, buddy.
Thank you.
Have a
Love
good
you
night.
too.
Thanks.
Peace
Say hi
out,
to
guys.
Scarlett.
Have a good night.
Okay. So I will address the whole John Wick thing, and I'm just gonna hop on and off about it, guys, really quick. And I understand there's some things going on. Somebody said that he had made a video today about my position and a bunch of things. I didn't see it. I'm not actually sure, but here's what I do want to say about it, and I want to make sure I make this clear. I know a while back he had gone through with his videos that he wanted to go through and find the bots that were in his comment section. I didn't know about that whole thing that was going on. I didn't realize he was doing that. And that whole thing kind of freaked me out a little bit because I said, oh, I don't know what's going on right now. It kind of threw me for a loop. I have been subscribed to his channel since way before he came on here as a guest the many times that he did for live streams. I never unsubscribed to him. I don't know why, but there were other people out there who said that they were subscribed to him and it wasn't showing up on his YouTube channel for some reason. It wasn't showing that I was subscribed to him, but I have been. I'm still am right now. I don't know why he thought that I wasn't subscribed to him, but I didn't want to get in the middle of any of that, so I just kind of pulled away from the whole thing. And it's nothing personal against John at all. He's got his channel and he does what he wants to do on there. It's not my place to tell him what to do with his time or what to talk about or ask him to show his position or anything like that. It's just not my place. I respect what he does over on his channel, and he's holding AMC stock right now. And as long as he's holding AMC stock, I guess I'm okay with that. I don't think there's any problem between me and him. I just got a little freaked out with the whole thing about the shills and, him unsubscribing to people that were in his chat, the comment thing. I really don't even know what actually went on with it. It's very confusing to me, honestly, because I was talking to him on the phone during that time and I never heard anything that this was a ploy to draw out these bots. So I was kind of shocked when it was all happening. But a lot of this is probably on me too. It's probably on my fault. I'm a bad communicator. I'm terrible at that. So a lot of this could be on me as well. I'm not going to put this all on John Wick sniping. It takes two to tango. So if he's got problems with me, it's probably a valid issue, I'm sure. You guys know me. I don't usually back down, but I don't think that we're in any fight right now, to be honest. Okay, he said someone say in the chat he said nothing bad about me. I got nothing bad to say about him either. Pantheon says I've never gone after him or attacked him. It's all clickbait drama. Yeah, I don't that's another thing is, guys, I just don't want to get involved with any of the drama. I really don't. We got so many demons we're battling right now. The last thing I want to do, And like every day, there's another thing that gets uncovered. I mean, as you dig through news and what's going on in the world right now, every day there's some new devil that you identify. And so, so much of my focus has been on trying to find the truth about what's going on in the world right now with the news, with these food shortages, with inflation, with the supply chain issues, with Elon and Twitter and freedom of speech. And there's just so much going on. So I'm trying not to get dragged down into too much of that stuff. And I want those guys. I hope they all work it out. I think we got to show more love to each other. And that's it. That's all I really want to say about that. But I want him to know that I'm still subscribed to him. I never unsubscribed. I never had any problem with his content. I don't know what's going on with him right now emotionally about selling the stock or how he feels about the squeeze. But that's he's a grown man and he's entitled to his opinion. And that's his channel. It's not my place to step on any toes. Jaron Lee says, I agree with you completely. He makes his entire movement about him. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I said. Jesus. Super Steven says, I love this community, but the drama is not worth paying attention to. By the way, that bet I said, John, don't put that bet up to me, bro, because you'll lose your channel. So don't do that. Don't make me show a position from last year. I don't want you to have to take your channel down. That's just being upfront with you. Because I still enjoy John Mike sniping. I don't have an issue with them. But definitely don't call me on that. Prometheus says, man, I'm sick of the negative drama. Yeah, I hear you, bro. That's why I try. If I can't find anything good to talk about as far as the market goes, I'll find so much of subject matter to bring up that's pertinent to what's going on in the world. Trying not to get involved with that. You guys know I'm not a clickbait channel. And you guys who have been subscribed to me for a while know that I just don't. That's just never been my style. I'd rather just not make a video if I don't have anything I can talk to you guys about. If I have nothing to bring to the table, I'd rather just not come on. Himself. Let's see. Need reality check. Straight up says Apes Russell. How you doing, buddy? Apes, how you been, man? Pam is giving me a big heart. Thanks, Pam. How you doing tonight? All right. So I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know and make sure that you guys know that no matter what's going on outside right now, all the noise that's around you, just know that as far as I'm concerned, I'm still here with you guys. I know Tony's still here with you guys, and I know Pantheon's still here with you guys. Those are the two guys I can speak for besides myself, who I have rock solid faith in across this movement. I've spoken with them many times behind the scenes, and I can tell you right now, there's no colluding going on to buy puts on AMC or anything like that. We are right in this with you. Let's see. Rock and Rozzy says, Rock and Rozzy, what's that name from? Rozzy? Is that for Rosendale, Mass? World is gonna happen. Best we can do is prepare ourselves. That's right. You know it. You know it. You live me the most, Liz? Okay, if you say so. Abe says, same crap, different day, bro. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Are we going to $5? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had a Palantir to look into the future. But I don't. A Palantir bull. I don't. And I honestly, I really don't care at this point. What the hell is the difference for me right now of $5 or $10? It's like, what was the difference between 50 and 40? I don't know. I guess I'm kind of getting numb to the whole thing. I really am. I'm just starting to, my skin has become so thick, and it helps that I'm doing other work right now. The fact that I'm actually doing physical work is helping to keep my mind off what's going on during the day. I'm not sitting there panicking, but I'm not really panicked. I'm not really panicked. We've been preparing for this for a long time. Long time. I'm honestly more worried about the other things that are happening in the world right now than AMC not moassing. Or at least we're not going to, or at least us not getting paid on AMC in some way, shape, or form. Whatever the price may be, over all-time highs. I don't know what that price is going to end up being, but I'm more worried about other things right now than I am of AMC not squeezing, because eventually they got to close those positions. I don't know what it's going to take, how low this price is going to have to go to entice these guys to start closing up, but I'll be around when it does. Someone saying price don't matter. Nope, price does not matter. That's right. That's right. Learned that a long time ago. Mass, did you watch the Halo TV show? It was actually really good. Apes, no, I haven't seen it yet. I have not. I've been working on the fourth turning video. It's going to be a long one. I was going to break it up, but I think I'm going to make just 1 or 2 long videos about it. I've been working, like physically working, and yeah, I've been trying to just keep up with what's going on in the market. There's just every day it's something new. CPI data, it's inflation, it's the job numbers. It's every day we're getting our head smashed off a wall, back and forth. Oh man. And it's Rosina. Okay, Rosina. That's a nice name. The DD, for those who actually read it, has not changed. Thank you, Pantheon. Yes. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Steven says, so we're going to take care of the elephant in the room. Most everyone got their name from AMC. Buy and hold is always the way. The thing is that most of you got plays on other things. Yeah, I would say a lot of us have been investors for a long time, right? So obviously we have other plays. I hope everyone has broadened their portfolio a little bit. You don't want to be 1,000,000% into AMC. I would think you would want to sprinkle everything around, right? You want to have a little bit of maybe physical commodities on hold. You want to have some gold, some silver. You'd want to be invested in a little bit of crypto here and there. You'd want to have some long-term, some short-term plays. I don't know how long you've been investing, Steven, but of course, there's other plays. We bought stocks before AMC in February of 2021. AMC Panda says only 99% AMC. So my portfolio is probably, I'd say 70% AMC, 10% GME, and then the rest is just a bunch of EV, some software, all long-term stuff. I'm talking like 5-10 years out. All small caps, some EV and alternative fuels, self-defense. Nair White says nope, 100% AMC. Everyone says AMC. Man, maybe a lot of you guys are really younger investors, newer investors. So maybe this is the first time you've opened a brokerage account or had a portfolio. So I understand that AMC might be your only position. That makes complete sense. I think a lot of guys out there probably only own AMC and have no other position. They might not have any crypto or anything. Johnny Lee says, I'm actually more comfortable with the price here with potential downside than I was at 30. They're closer to being forced to make a move. They didn't budge at 70, right? Prometheus says Pantheon exactly. Narrow White. But that's me. Rest of tickets don't matter. Steven says that's not what was said from the gate. What was said from the gate, Steven? I don't know how long you've been subscribed to me, bro. But I was an investor before AMC. AMC is not my only position. You might have me confused with another channel, brother. J Beep says, let there be rock. Ace of Rossi, AMC, GME, Sundial, that's it on my part. Yeah, I bet a lot of guys just have just the meme stocks. I'm sure that's a possibility. Dogecoin member says 40% stock, 60% cash. There you go. Kiwi Girl says, I'm diversified about the same as Mass. Been investing for 10 years or longer. Used to have to phone a broker to place an order. Kiwi Girl, I haven't been investing that long, but I remember my father being able to having to do that. I do remember that. Pam says, I bought AMC and GME before I found this community. Oh, yeah, I bought AMC and GME months before I started my channel. It was basically out of being sick of clickbait. I was literally sick of watching clickbait videos. And I decided to go out and buy the equipment and start a channel because of the size of my position. Steven says, not money, most new invest. Oh, options? Yeah, bro. I don't know how long you've been subscribed to me, but go back and go type in options on my channel. I have said since late June, I do not play with AMC options, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone that I love. I don't believe we have enough control over the price action. It's not running on typical supply and demand. So how am I supposed to try to calculate ahead of what price it's going to be at in the future? Yeah, most new investors don't play options, and I didn't want to start telling them to get into it because a lot of them don't understand anything about the Greeks or anything. They just don't get the concept of what an actual option is. So I was never going to start dragging younger, newer investors into that. People lost a lot of money last year doing that. Pammy says I'm diversified. I guess, Pam, I understood that a little backwards. That's not what Steven was trying to say, but definitely I try to stay diversified. Julie, good evening. How are you tonight? 95% AMC, buy more every week. I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't been able to buy in 2 weeks. I had to catch up on all my bills the last 2 weeks. So last time I bought was last time we dipped right under 20. Let's see. Options are fool's gold, says Narrow White. Yeah, and honestly, I was so bitter after I missed out on those June 18 calls for AMC before we had the run up. I was so bitter that I missed out on that. I was just like, you know what? That was my one chance. I'm never going to be able to get make a play like that again. It was so obvious, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it. So I've been playing catch up ever since. Did anyone catch Biggums the other night on the new currency and the future of the Ministry of Truth and blaming us for this crash? I haven't caught this, but I was talking about this with Tony on the phone the other night about them blaming us for this crash, using the currency and laws to check us. Yeah, Derek, I've talked about this. I've touched on this briefly in some of my videos before. I'll touch on it more, though, in the future, for sure. You guys know my channel. We'll be talking about that. Bringer says, I cringe every time I see... Oh, shit. Bringer says, I cringe every time I see open interest on the farthest OTM strikes and AMC calls. So many trends. I know. It is cringy, Bringer. It is, man. And a lot of these people have gotten screwed. I mean, you know how much money Wall Street has made off of these options on these newer, greener investors in the last 8 months? God, they must have just raked it in. Pantheon says, Derek A., I've been saying the exact same thing for a long time. The people in the real DD are all on the same page, says Pantheon. Pantheon, how you doing tonight, man? Let's see. Steven says, not money. You saw me message saying new investors don't play options. Yeah, I just don't recommend it, Steve, unless they really know what they're doing. Unless they really have a good understanding of how the Greeks work. And I try to stay away from it as much as possible. I pray this doesn't happen, but do you think it's possible for Philip? Good evening, by the way. Think it's possible for AMC to go to zero? No, Philip. What's going to drive them to bankruptcy right now? They're doing phenomenal as a company. Why would they go to zero? What would drive us to bankruptcy right now? The only thing that could do that would be a variant coming along for the Rona that sends us into some type of long-term lockdown. It's the only way they could bankrupt AMC. How are they going to possibly do that right now? Look at the numbers that are coming back for the movies. It's not going to zero. Julie says, Clark is hollering from the bathtub. Mask is on, calling my phone also. I don't want to picture Clark in the bath. Come on. Can't even imagine. Let's see. Not money advice, says Massalorian. Why not ask Dr. Metzler on your show? I would have him on. I actually talked to Boss about that before, a while back, about having him on. But that's like Boss's guy, right? So I wouldn't want to mess with that. But if I was ever to have a collaboration with a bunch of getting some other YouTubers on, I would totally have them on. Ask him if options are needed to MOAS, as if not playing options, not MOAS. So I know that they've talked about this before in his interviews with Boss in the past. Maybe Pantheon can answer this because Pantheon's in his Discord all the time, and Pantheon knows this. Pantheon, what is it? Do you know what Metzler and Boss's position is on needing options to MOAS? I don't know if I've ever heard them discuss that in their interviews. I'm sure they have. I just forget. Pam says she's going to the movies. Nice, Pammy. Nice, nice, nice. Edward J says, well, that could. If we had a terrible strain, say something on the lines of Delta again, that just started knocking people out. Yeah, that would be a problem. But I think at that point, I might be more scared of the virus than AMC if it's that bad. AMC says, Pantheon says bankrupt. AMC has a 1.3 billion in cash reserves. Plus, AA said we are targeting profitability. Oh, by Q3, Q4 this year? Okay. Thanks, Pantheon. And Clark says, Julie said she's going to join me and rub lard on her chest. Oh. If you're trying to eat right now, I apologize. Come on, Clark. Keep it together. Mass, they have not discussed the impact. They haven't? Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't know why that was being brought up. I've never heard them mention it. Dino Mike said, I heard Clark had on 22. Jaron Lee. No, someone was asking me what would send AMC to bankruptcy right now. I said the only thing would be some type of strain where you'd have to have long-term shutdowns. And even then, AMC can probably still ride the storm out for a while with all of the cash that they have saved right now. Let's see. Walter. Good evening, Walter. How you doing tonight, bro? From what I've seen, Boss Blunt seems to like options. Yeah, they talk a lot about options over there, right? Yeah, man. If you want to go play options, find a guy who's into options. There's plenty of channels out there that like options. I'm just not the channel for that. Philip says, so yeah, I thought you meant floaties, Dino Mike. I got you. If AMC went to zero, that doesn't make AMC bankrupt. The share price is, and good point, Philip. That's true. Julie said Clark be good. Rock and Roll. He says we won't have a lockdown again because of midterms. I hope so, girl. I hope you're right about that. Because I ain't locking down again. They're gonna have to put me in cuffs. Anyone else feel a strange? Hey man, that's the way to be. That's the way to be. We gotta stay calm in this market right now. There's so much shit going on, guys. Liz says, did you guys see Redbox down 50% today? They got a take under offer from Chicken Soup for the soul. No, I did not. I didn't even know Redbox was still around. Dino Mike says, I've been triple vaxxed. I've been double vaxxed due to underlying health issues and got the coup twice. Yeah, Dino Mike. And pretty much everyone me or you knows in the world is going to get COVID at some point. It's just going to happen. We got to start dealing with it. I went to go look at an apartment a few weeks back, and the landlord lady come and show it to us, wouldn't take her mask off, wouldn't shake my hand. And it was a decent place, but that whole thing just put a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to deal with this person for the next 12 months. Paper Tiger 274 says, I'm still chilling. What's going on, brother? How you been, man? I think Paper Tiger is my Michigan man. Steven says they have taken as much as possible from options from the ones playing option 8. Yeah. I don't know, Steve. That's a good question. I don't know. I've been talking about this shit for months, since the end of the summer. And you guys know, you guys who are sub to me know, I don't least I don't think I try to get out here and say, see what I told you. I really don't like doing that. It just seemed pretty obvious. I wasn't the only one saying it. There was a lot of people out there who was saying, guys, just make sure you know what you're doing when you are getting into options. And I think a lot of people just jumped the gun and they saw casino numbers and heard Trey making $1 million. And I think a lot of people just got led astray. That's all. I'm not saying I was right or I told you so. It's nothing like that. It was just saying I just wasn't getting involved with that or engaged in that kind of stuff at that point in time. I didn't think that we had any control over it, and people got squeezed. Stay away from the crazy maskers and vaxes. Well, Dino Mike saying he's got hit double vax. He's got the COVID twice. That's crazy. John Lee says the Max Payne are really dynamic moves through the week. Yeah, no. China went on lockdown because 50% of people caught COVID. Keith says, good evening, Keith. How you doing tonight? Dogecoin member says, I do not play options whatsoever. No margin whatsoever. Same here, brother. Same here. Paper Tiger says, yep, Michigan. Knew it. Still relaxed about another one. Nice, baby. Nice. 119 at 10. Damn, bro. You're raking in the money. Where are you working? Can you get me a job? Let's see. Weird. The VIX was down, and so was everything else. This is usually the opposite. Yeah, that was interesting today, Bill. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. Costa Barro, Rock and Rozzy says Costa Barro is 540% on Redbox. Jeez, is it? Oh, man. No, I believe you, bro. I believe you. Jen Psaki, I think, got it twice. She works in the White House. Christian Princess says, I'm not taking no bioweapon. I'm clearly not going to take something from a government that hates me. Why would I put something in my body from people who do not like me? Dino makes in Michigan too. What's up, Detroit? That's one state I've never been to. I've never been to Michigan. No, I haven't. It's one of I think only 8 or 9 states I've never been to. Michigan's one of them. Let's see. Steven says no options. No options made, but yet almost 200,000 out the money. Yeah, I saw that, huh? They get some crazy contracts available. All right, let's see here. 313, don't bother. November, hurry up and get here. Doge Cult member says. AMC Panda, also from Chicago. Wow. Let's see here. Tony, Captain Crypto in Arkansas says, hi. Tony took off. He had to go. He was called by his wife to head to sleep, I guess. Is Citadel in bed? I don't know what's going on with that, Clark. Tony just did a video on it, I think this afternoon. I think he was talking about something going on with BlackRock and Citadel. He was just speaking about it a little while ago. Keith is in Michigan too. He's saying Kronk Jim. Guys, you know Kronk Jim in Michigan? Justice for All. Good evening, brother. How you doing tonight? Justice for All has been rocking with me for a long time. Justice for All, how long have you been a sub on my channel? I want to say at least like the middle of last summer, right? Philip says, in all fairness, not much can be done about controlling the supply chain at the moment. It's a lot to do with the inflation rate, but no, yeah, Philip, and it has to do with diesel gasoline being completely out of control right now in the price. Yeah, it's a lot of things. Day one, Justice for All? No way. Not day one. Get the hell out of here. Day one. I don't think I had a sub for like a week. Paper Tiger says Planet Rock is the best gym in Michigan. Rock climbing gym. Nice. Let's see here. My mom is sitting here with us watching. She's in Michigan. Love Michigan, but crazy drivers. Wear a helmet while driving. FYI. You should come do some driving in Boston, Julie. We got some crazy drivers in Boston. Crazy. King Joey the Ape says, I think Kronk Gym is closed down. How many Michigan people we have in the house tonight? Jeez. Be careful anyone that plays red box super volatile, says Walter. Yes, indeed, Walter. Inflation is a very big problem. The majority, I would say. Justice for All says, I did not sub until I was sure it was worth it. Oh, man. He says, after Matt Coors and Lou, you have to earn my sub. I know you've been with me for a while, bro. And I'm sure, Justice for All, you've heard me say in videos before, I don't play options on AMC. I know you have. Yeah, we are NASCAR drivers, says Paper Tiger. Supply of oil was down 15% for pre-pandemic levels, even before the Ukraine war, says Philip. Yeah, exactly, Philip. Of course it was. Let's see. Prometheus says SARS-CoV virus is the most prevalent virus family on the planet, which is why they picked this virus. Per biochemical engineer virologist friend of mine that works for the government. It makes sense, right? Makes sense, Prometheus. They had to do something to throw a monkey wrench into the election, right? I don't know if you guys have seen 2000 Mules yet, but I'm going to do a video on it. It's pretty wild stuff. It's basically a documentary movie about how they used 2,000 mules to elect a jackass. Let's see. 70 miles per hour on I-75. Suggesting that's the limit. When are you getting your best accent? When are you getting your best accent plaque from YouTube? Bringer of Z's. I don't know. I would like to have that. That'd be a cool thing to put behind me. Best accent on YouTube. I'd take it. Let's see. All of crypto. Iron69 says all of crypto is literally plummeting to the abyss right now. I know. It's bad. It's bad. Christian Princess says Nuremberg. 2 investigations taking place right now. Rarefield Tennis says, "Yep, Trump won." If what Dinesh is saying if this data that they've collected is correct, and they've lined it up with the cameras apparently, and they have all the cell phone data, I don't know, but I do know one thing: you cannot cast a vote for someone else. So I don't care how many different times they went to the ballot box. You're only allowed to go once. You can go one time to drop off your vote. So every other vote that's on camera that got put into those slots is illegal. It was not constitutionally launched, or whatever you want to say. It was not constitutionally made. So in those videos, when you're seeing people putting multiple one, every single one except for the first one is ineligible and illegal to be counted. That's all I know. Let's see. Journalist is here. So you believe my friend in the government? No. Are you kidding me? They are the biggest liar propagandists on the planet. United States government and the mainstream media are the biggest liars on the planet right now. I got no faith in this government. But not apes could be more educated about options. Giant Lee, do you have a channel on options? You should start one. If not, you sound really interested in them and believe that they have something really good to do with AMC. So I would definitely look into it more. You seem really into it. It's just not something I want to get into with my subs. It's not something I'm using right now to make money, and I don't think it's a smart time to be doing that anyways. We're in a shit market right now, bear market. I wouldn't be playing around with options, but to each his own. Let's see. San Diego Laundromats. Good evening. How you doing tonight, brother? 2000 Moves says it all. Same tracking the government used to arrest the J6 protesters. They use the same software for tracking the digital pings. Not surprised. Hope for Generation 57 says you can go twice, just don't get caught. No, but I mean, in the video, people are putting multiple votes in. You're only allowed to cast one vote per person, and you're not allowed to cast a vote for anyone unless you are if you're if you're in charge of their estate or something like that, or I believe it has to be an immediate relative. You can't throw 15 random people's ballots into a ballot box. Secondly, those ballot boxes should be legal because you should have a chain of command when you are voting. It should be going to the post office, to the election department, and then to wherever they're counting the ballots, right? When you have a drop box like that, anybody can go by, and there's no chain of command, and there's no way to tell who is putting the votes in there. There's no way to track anything. There's no way to check the chain of command on where things started and how they got to where you are. And how can you have free and fair elections if you can't prove that? $24 in the money says, does Aaron Adam look at the share price lately and think, what the fuck? I would think so. I would think he'd be looking at it right now saying, what the fuck? Why are we coming down right now when we're doing better than we have? I mean, our numbers weren't this good when we were at $70, right? So what do you think he's saying? Jaron Lee says, you're an evidence guy, right? Can I DM you a spreadsheet with ridiculously obvious evidence of what options have done to AMC price action? Sure, Jaron Lee. Let me send you my email address. Hang on. Yeah, feel free to email me, bro. Little Mike, good evening. As much as price sucks, I'll be cut. There you go, little Mike. There you go, brother. Paper Tiger says, as much as I'm voting Green Party, I know, seriously. I don't know what I'm gonna do in 2024. But it'll probably be the first time that I vote, though. It'll probably be the first time that I vote. Maybe even 2022. I might vote this election coming up. I might. Just because I'm so disgusted with some of the things I'm seeing. Yeah, sure, Jarman. No problem. Take your time, man. Take your time. If anybody truly believes that Biden got the most votes ever in history from his basement. Agreed, brother. Agreed. Gary says, where is all the money going? Gary, good evening. Where is all the money going lost in stocks? LOL. That was all funny money to begin with, Gary. That was never real money. They just printed it out of thin air. I'll be voting for the GOAT, King Trump, says Scott K. We need the apes' power in voting. No, Clark, I would never run for office. No, I don't want to be corrupted. People don't never come out of DC clean. I mean, think about it. Bill Clinton can't even keep his pants on for 4 years while he was there. I mean, it's disgusting. I wouldn't want to be in that cesspool. Our record show you voted the last election. I did not. Maybe I did. Somebody cast it for me, though. It wasn't me. Slick Rick says, I believe over 30 House Democrats are not running for re-election. Sounds about right. Paper Tiger says, Gary, so true. All right, guys, it is midnight right now. I got to be up in 5 hours. So let me just let you guys know what's going on. For the rest of the week, I'm working on a couple things. Saturday night, we're going to have our normal scheduled live stream Saturday night from 9 to 1. Let's see what else is coming up. I'm working on the fourth turning video. I got some things going on with Veritas still. I'm still talking with them. So there's some things coming up next couple days. I'm going to be around this weekend. Yeah, we'll get together this weekend. We'll talk. We'll definitely have a live stream on Saturday. Today, Wednesday. Might get another live stream. Let's see how the market works the rest of the week. Let's see how the market plays out. If we get a couple tough days, maybe I'll come on Friday night too. But definitely don't worry, guys. Either Friday or Saturday night, we'll come on live. Make sure everyone's okay. Hopefully the market will. Hopefully today's CPI data just had a big effect on it, and tomorrow we'll see some of this priced in action, and hopefully we'll see some of the priced in numbers that we've been expecting. We've said it's going to be bad, guys, going forward. We've said it's going to suck. The market's going to be terrible. But at some point, it has to bounce. And maybe we'll get a little relief after the CPI data, kind of that shock wears away. I mean, we came in higher than we were supposed to. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Like I said, I will be around all weekend. Thank you so much, everyone who stopped by tonight to engage and answer questions for people. Tony Denaro, Pantheon in the chat, all my subscribers, all 20 subscribers. He'll be live streaming tomorrow, I believe. Pantheon, are you doing Pantheon Radio tonight? If you guys are looking somewhere to go in the next half an hour, I know Boss is still streaming. So there's a lot of places. Steven, no problem, man. No problem. And I didn't mean to snap at you, but I don't know where you got that I was buying puts. That's just not my style. Pam, thank you, darling. Liz, thank you, my love, for checking in on the chat. Christian Princess, thank you. I'm glad you're still rocking with us, girl. Derek, good night. Doge Colt, good night. Good night. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. Rockin' Rossi, new sub. All right, nice to have you here, girl. I appreciate you coming by. Everybody have a good night. I'll talk to you guys this weekend. Much love.